At the beginning of the story, we are shown an ant island where many ants live. These ants are led by an elderly queen and her daughter, Princess Ada. While the ants' lives are usually peaceful, one of their biggest problems is the grasshoppers. Every summer, the ants are required to give a large amount of food to the grasshoppers, led by their leader, Hopper. In this colony, there is an ant named Flick. Flick is very innovative and brave. He constantly invents new things to help get tasks done faster. However, Flick's luck never seems to be on his side. Every time he tries to do something good, something goes wrong. One day, he creates a telescope out of a leaf and shows it to Princess Ada, but she doesn't like it and throws it away. Flick feels bad about this, but just then, Princess Ada's little sister, Dot, comes along. When Dot sees the telescope, she really likes it. She runs to Flick and tells him that she liked the telescope a lot and that one day, they will definitely use all his inventions. Meanwhile, the warning bell starts ringing and all the ants rush underground to their homes in fear. Flick, who has a heavy machine to gather food quickly, goes to the place where the ants have collected food. But because of his heavy machine, he moves very slowly and ends up tripping. This causes a stone to move, and all the food the ants had collected gets washed away by water. This is when the grasshoppers arrive. There's an agreement between the ants and the grasshoppers that every year, the ants must give them a large amount of food in exchange for protection from the bigger insects. But now that all the food is washed away, Hopper, along with his companions, arrives at the ants' colony. He tells the queen that they didn't fulfill their promise and didn't give food this time. As a result, next time, they will need to give double the food. He warns her that when the last leaf falls, he and his companions will come back to take the food, and if they don't receive double, he will attack their colony and won't protect them from the bigger insects. The old queen tells him not to do this, and as the rain begins, as they haven't even gathered food for themselves yet, but Hopper doesn't listen and leaves, threatening them. Now, whatever has happened, Flick is held responsible. Flick is presented before the queen, where he gives her an idea. He suggests that they should ask for help from the big bugs so they can save them from the grasshoppers. However, for this plan to work, they need to leave the ant colony, and going outside is very dangerous. Nobody wants to go, but Flick insists that he will go. After all, everyone in the ant colony is tired of Flick. Princess Ada says he can go since she also wants to get rid of him. Flick prepares for his journey, and just before he leaves, Princess Dot comes to him and tells him she has complete faith in him. Flick embarks on a long journey and eventually reaches a city of big bugs, which is highly advanced. This entire city is built under a house. After arriving, Flick asks for help from several bugs, but nobody is willing to listen. The city also has a circus, but it is no longer running, so all the circus employees have been fired. This makes the circus bugs very frustrated, and just as they're fighting among themselves, Flick arrives and watches them. Flick thinks these bugs are warriors, so he approaches them and asks for their help. The circus bugs think that Flick is offering them a job, so they agree to go with him without listening to him properly. Meanwhile, back at the ant colony, all the ants are working day and night to gather food because they have to give double the amount to the grasshoppers. Just then, Flick arrives with the circus bugs. Princess Ada is highly impressed with Flick, and now they all decide to fight the grasshoppers. That night, a celebration is held where the circus bugs are told that the grasshoppers will soon attack, and they will have to fight them, even though they might lose their lives. At this point, the circus bugs realize why Flick brought them there. They are all scared and don't want to fight the grasshoppers because they value their lives. One of the bugs goes to Flick and whispers in his ear, saying that they are not fighter bugs. They work in the circus, and they are leaving now. They all begin to leave, and Flick hangs on to them because he wants to stop them at any cost. When the circus bugs see that Flick is hanging on, they try to shake him off with their feet. That's when they realize they're in a very dangerous place. In fact, there's a bird's nest there, and the next moment, the bird arrives and attacks them. Meanwhile, Princess, who had seen them leaving, is now flying toward them, hanging on a flower. The bird notices her and attempts to attack. Dot, seeing the bird, lets go of the flower and begins to fall, but just in time, a bug saves her. They both fall into a crack in the ground. The bug is injured, but the bird still doesn't stop chasing them. It wants to eat them. Flick, using his mind, directs a caterpillar toward the bird, distracting it. When the bird goes after the caterpillar, Flick quickly takes Dot and the bug and hides them behind some thorny bushes. The bird tries to attack, but can't reach them due to the thorns. In this way, they manage to save their lives. From a distance, Princess Ada is watching all this through a telescope, and she sees their bravery. They have now become heroes in the eyes of all the ants. The group is brought back to the ant colony, where the bug that was injured while saving Princess that is treated. Princess Ada is about to become the queen soon, and the Grasshoppers are coming to demand double the food. She is very worried. At this point, Flick comes up with an idea. He suggests they create a fake bird and, when the Grasshoppers attack, use it to scare them away. The princess likes the idea, and everyone starts working on creating a fake bird. They soon build a giant bird and hide it in a tree. All the ants are excited because they have now fully prepared for the battle. That night, while they are celebrating, they notice that some glowing insects are approaching. These are the circus bugs owners who had fired them earlier. Now, they want all the circus bugs to return to their work. This is when Princess Ada and all the ants find out that these are not warrior bugs, but circus workers, and they are very disappointed. The princess and the ants realize. They all believe that Flick has deceived them. Princess Ada orders him to leave, and Flick is thrown out. After that, Princess Ada orders all the ants to collect as much food as possible because the last leaf of the season is about to fall, and the Grasshoppers will soon arrive. The last leaf does fall, and the Grasshoppers reach their colony. The leader of the Grasshoppers, Hopper, sees that there is no food, which makes him very angry. He attacks the ant colony. Meanwhile, Princess overhears a conversation between the Grasshoppers, and she learns that they plan to kill the queen. She wants to go to Flick for help, but just then, a grasshopper chases her. She runs and reaches a rock, where the grasshopper pushes her down. He thinks she is dead, but then is shown that Princess Dot's wings have emerged, and she starts flying. She flies directly to Flick and tells him how the Grasshoppers attacked their colony and planned to kill the queen. Flick realizes that all of this happened because of him, and now he wants to save the queen's life. His circus bug friends are ready to help him, but the circus owner won't let them go. So, they capture him and take the circus bus to the ant colony, where they find that Hopper has taken the queen and Princess Ada hostage. Flick tells his friends to go and entertain the Grasshoppers with circus tricks. They do as instructed, and while the Grasshoppers and their leader, Hopper, are busy watching the performance, Flick and his team rescue Princess Ada and the queen. Meanwhile, Flick is shown climbing a tree to reach the fake bird they made to scare the Grasshoppers. Flick gets inside the bird and attacks the Grasshoppers. Chaos breaks out, and while all the ants are pretending to be scared, one of the Grasshoppers sets the bird on fire. The Grasshoppers soon realize that the bird is a fake. Flick emerges from the bird, and Hopper gets extremely angry. He beats Flick badly in front of the ants. Hopper wants to kill Flick, but Flick, being very brave, threatens him, saying that the ants are very united, and if they all join together, they can destroy all of you. At that moment, Hopper looks at the entire army of ants, and a slight fear arises in his heart because he knows the unity and strength of the ants. Now, the ants and the circus bugs have gained confidence, and they face the Grasshoppers, driving them away. Hopper is then captured, and the circus cannon is prepared to be launched far away. However, it starts raining, causing chaos among the ants, and this gives Hopper a chance to escape. He frees himself and carries Flick away, though his circus friends try to rescue him, but fail to follow. Just then, Princess arrives and rescues Flick from Hopper's grip. Flick then comes up with another idea and says that he must go to the bird's nest, which had attacked them earlier. Hopper also arrives, and Flick rushes toward the bird's nest to trap Hopper. However, before Flick can be caught, Hopper sees the bird above him and mistakenly believes that it's another fake bird. He ignores it, thinking it's the same as the previous one. But suddenly, the bird grabs him and feeds him to its chicks, marking the end of Hopper. The next morning, everyone sees Flick as their hero. Princess Ada, now the queen, and Flick are a couple. Hopper's brother, who is a grasshopper with a friendly nature, never wanted to attack the ants. Now, he has become a friend of the ants. Hopper's brother and some ants are sent on a new tour with the circus bugs to help them. Where Flick's experiments were once ignored, now his new equipment and inventions are bringing huge benefits to the ant colony. This finally brings happiness to the colony.